What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, there was a shooting yesterday involving police, and it's a lot of controversy behind it, and it's out of Smyrna, Georgia. Shout out Smyrna. And it's about this guy right here. This guy right here, you see, his name is Derek Rooks with a R, Rooks. And this guy died yesterday in an interaction with police after the U-Haul van he was driving was pulled over during a traffic stop. Now, when I first seen this, I briefly looked at it because I had other videos to do, and then I got back on it this morning, and it was very eye-opening. I want you to take a look at this, and I want your honest opinion. But a lot of times you see these police shootings, and a lot of it comes down to not dealing with common sense. And as horrific as some of these police shootings are, you can only feel so sorry, a certain amount of sorriness for the victim, if any, sometimes. I want you to take a look at this, and I'll come back with commentary.
First, a man is dead tonight after a traffic stop with police. What we're learning about what took place, and that is where we begin tonight at 5. New information just coming into the newsroom about that deadly traffic stop in Smyrna.
The GBI identifying the driver as 46-year-old Derek Deshaun Rooks. The traffic stop happened off the Concord Road near South Cobb Drive just before 6 this morning. Let's get out to 11 Live's Chase Howell, who has been following the investigation all day long. Chase, you actually just talked with Rooks' fiancée. What did she have to say?
Cheryl, Jennifer, it's really heartbreaking. We sat there together on where that sewer is, and we just spoke about this stolen U-Haul. And the fact of the matter is, Cheryl and Jennifer, is that herself, Derek, and their 2 kids have been living in the back of that U-Haul for a month after being evicted from their home about 3 months ago. To hear that, it really shows you that you can't judge a book by its cover, and just to understand that her kids are sitting in the spot in their car where their father died. It's heartbreaking.
Occupants, put your hands out the window!
Cell phone video shows the moments before a traffic stop in Smyrna turned deadly. According to Smyrna police, officers pulled over a man driving this U-Haul around 6 Friday morning on McClendon Avenue off of Concord Road. And according to police, during that stop, multiple officers fired their guns. Do we know if he had a weapon on him at all, or if he fired at them?
I'm not sure of that information. That would be something that will be released later.
Smyrna police say the U-Haul the man was driving was also reported stolen on Tuesday.
Before I just got here, I probably recovered 5 trucks that was just stolen, literally.
William Platt is a recovery officer with U-Haul. He says the truck was originally checked out by a woman and was due back on October 8th. He says no one else was on the contract.
We don't know where this mail come from. We don't know, again, if he could have stole the truck. This could be a family member. It could be anything. She could have rented the U-Haul on the side. It could be anything.
In the back of the truck, Platt says was a grill among other household items. And according to police, no one else was inside the vehicle when the man died. Now, I want to put something into context for you. So, according to GBI, Smyrna police fired their guns after hearing a gunshot come from the cab of that U-Haul that Rooks was in. And I asked Miss Morrow, his fiancée, whether or not she believes that her fiancé took his own life. She says no, and there's a voicemail to prove that. We'll have more on this story coming up at 11, and with an interview and that voicemail she claims she has. Live in Smyrna, Chase Howell, 11 Alive News.
Tonight, the GBI is investigating an officer-involved shooting in Smyrna, but the fiancé of the man who died during a traffic stop says they weren't running from police, but instead running from homelessness. Now her soon-to-be husband, Derek Rooks, is dead after a shooting involving police while he was behind the wheel of the U-Haul they were living in with their 2 children. The shooting happened around 6 a.m. on McLendon Avenue near Concord Road South. 11 Alive's Angelina Salcedo joining us live now from Smyrna Police Headquarters. Angelina, this woman is not only grieving now, but she also wants some answers about what took place.
Yes, Chantrice Marrow says that she wants to know why police fired, why they're saying that Derek fired at himself, and why he didn't get help when he was asking for it. Tonight, we can confirm that Smyrna police say that the gunshot that Derek died from was actually self-inflicted, but Chantrice tells me that she is not buying that. She admits they did keep the U-Haul longer than they were supposed to, but it was the only way to keep their family off the street.
Occupants, put your hands out the window!
He called me when it happened.
A 6-minute voicemail.
At 6:08, I heard the entire thing. He actually, the last 4 minutes of the voicemail, he was saying, help, somebody help me.
Let Chantrice Marrow know her fiance was in trouble.
You could hear all of the officers in the background very angry, very aggressive, and then it just went dead.
46-year-old Derek Rook shot dead after Smyrna police pulled him over in a U-Haul they say was stolen. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation says officers heard a gunshot fired from the U-Haul and shot back.
It hurts. It hurts like hell, if I can say that. I don't wish this on anyone.
Marrow says she and Rook rented the U-Haul and admitted to keeping it after they were evicted nearly a month ago. 5 days into renting it, making enough money for hotel rooms, food for their 2 kids, and gas got hard.
We started sleeping in the U-Haul truck and our personal vehicle. We actually would sleep right here in the Kroger parking lot next to the McDonald's.
She says Rook just started a new job, but she's still searching. This morning, her fiance was going to donate plasma for extra money before his shift.
So he was going to donate today for gas because he didn't have any gas in the U-Haul truck. We were in the steps of making things right, but we did what we had to do, and that was sleeping in the truck.
An extremely tough situation for this family here. Now, Chantrice says that she and Derek were actually the ones that everyone leaned on, the ones who were there for everybody and were strong even when life got hard. She's encouraging people to check in on those who may be strong in their life because you never know what they might be going through. Again, the GBI is investigating what led up to Derek actually losing his life today. The Cobb County Medical Examiner does say that his injuries were self-inflicted. We're live tonight in Smyrna. Angelina Salcedo, 11 Alive News.
All right, an unfortunate situation. Angelina, thank you so much. The GBI says once the investigation is complete, it will be handed over to the Cobb County District Attorney's Office for review.
Okay. Let me begin by saying this. My condolences does go to this woman and her family. You know what I'm saying? Now, regardless of the guy being shot by police, the controversy of whether he was shot by police or he shot himself, she said she heard a 6-minute video. He was asking for help and all this type of stuff. I got to be honest with you. You know, besides the condolences and feeling sad because there's 2 children involved in this, whether they're his or not, you know what I'm saying, and their situation, their living situation as of now, you know what I'm saying, that's upsetting. But besides that, that's as far as it goes. Because I'm going to tell you something. This whole thing to me is stupid. And I'm going to tell you why. You're only as strong as the ones that lead you. This was your fiance, right? 46 years old. Anything can happen with living arrangements, financial situations. Things do happen. I understand that. But you are the one that got that U-Haul van. That U-Haul truck. Y'all moved your stuff in it, important things in it, and you made a conscious decision not to give it back, whether it was your decision to do that or his. Either way, it was a recipe for disaster, and you both knew it. We was going to get the truck back. We was doing blood plasma. We was doing this. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of programs out here. Now, they're different, you know, programs for men and women, regardless if you're married or not. I'm more than sure that y'all could have did something to where you could have eliminated the need for some of the expenses, like feeding your children. There are places, missions and stuff like that where you can go and eat as a family, and there are benefits you can get. Now I understand you only been homeless for 3 months, but I mean, when the situation is grim, you both had cell phones. Look and see what programs and things are available to you, and a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't do that. They just focus on, oh, I gotta get, and then they get pressure and all this other stuff. There's no excuse for keeping that truck. Because once you pass the thing, I'm more sure the number that you gave the man when you got the truck, they was calling, and you either didn't have that same phone or you consciously did not pick up the phone. Therefore, the truck was stolen. Cause and effect. Because of this, the effect was the police pulling that car over and pinging it because it's a stolen thing. They had an officer that's involved in stolen U-Hauls in that area, so that lets you know that's a thing that's reoccurring. Thus, you get the certain police response you did. Then another thing is, you could hear the police, hey, stick your hands out the car and all this other stuff, and he's sitting in the car for minutes. How hard is it to follow directions? Now, whether he put the gun on himself or not, you mean that's up for debate, but it shouldn't have got to that point. How hard is it to follow directions, man? And I'm being honest with you. It makes no sense that this went down like this. As a man, you thinking about those around you. Now, I know he probably didn't want to go to jail and all of this other stuff. Of course, he don't want to leave his fiance and the kids out there. But you take a chance every day you didn't return that truck. Then after a while, it gets to the point where you ain't returned it. And you already know you in hot water. So now instead of how am I get the money to pay for the truck, to return the truck, it becomes, how can I return the truck without me getting in trouble because I willfully stole the truck? So he had a lot that he had to think about in the car while he called you and you said he was saying, help me, this and that. It got to be more to the story. But I do know this is stupid. And as a man, myself, I wouldn't have put myself in that position. Regardless of the situation, if I had to return the truck, I would have returned it. That's one problem I don't need upon the other problems that are on my shoulder and the weight I got to carry as a man and a leader of this family. That's my only complaint. This was stupid. Then if you paid attention in the first video, the original video said they're sitting over there in their car at the crime scene. So you had a car. They held the U-Haul because the U-Haul could hold their stuff, the things that they thought you could have gave the truck back, and then got a storage unit and then just dealt with a stationary place of just getting money to pay for that instead of having a truck getting pinged by police and then a whole big blow up. That's why it was all those cops out there. It's like some people create problems and they turn into more problems and more problems and more problems. Nobody knows what tomorrow's going to bring. And you know, as far as their homeless situation, it's unfortunate because I'm going to tell you something. Most people think they're safe, but you are basically one job away, one firing away, and whatever is in your bank account, which most Americans don't have $500 in their bank account, away from being in a situation like that. Anything can happen. So I don't talk down on people like that. I myself was homeless on purpose when I came to Houston to start my life over. Things happen, but you gotta be smart. And this right here was dumb. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Hopefully these people get the help that they need and they can continue to heal from this.